Alright, so you guys already saw my video of NBA players whose stock has skyrocketed so far in this season. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to talk about NBA players whose stock have taken a hit so far. So maybe going into the year, we thought, okay, maybe they're like a fringe top 30 guy, but it's looking like maybe more of a top 50 guy, or maybe they're a fringe top 100 guy, and they're like, yeah, maybe not a top 100 guy. So if there's anybody I missed, please let me know in the comments. And if you don't think that one of these players' stock has taken a hit, please let me know why down below. And if you guys do enjoy the videos, I would appreciate it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. So we're going to start off with an obvious one here. We're going to talk about James Harden on the LA Clippers. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why James Harden's stock has taken a hit so far this season. He requested a trade from his third team in 4 years this year. After requesting a trade from the Rockets and the Nets, now he got one, and he got his wish granted getting out of Philadelphia a few weeks ago. And I think going into this year, a lot of people said that James Harden was still like the best guard before the Damian Lillard trade in the Eastern Conference. And maybe Harden was a fringe top 30 guy in the league, but I think like it's looking like Harden may not even be a top 50 guy by the end of the year. That could be a little bit dramatic. He still will most likely get better as he gets acclimated and more familiar with this Clippers team. But so far this season, he's averaging a career low since 2011, 15 points per game, a career low since 2012, 4 assists a night, and a career low also since 2012 with 4 rebounds a night. Harden's efficiency has been okay as well, 47% from the field, 37% from 3, and perfect from the line. It's actually impressive stuff right there. But I do think it's a little bit sad. We will never see Houston Rockets James Harden again, and he's not getting any younger. He's 34 years old, and it looks like we may be seeing the end of prime James Harden. So let's stay in the state of California, and I'm going to talk about Andrew Wiggins with the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins is off to an abysmal start this season. I am recording this on November 17th, so if he drops a 30-point triple-double between now and the time you guys are seeing this video, please forgive me. Wiggins so far this year in a decent sample size, since he's played in every game, he's averaging 10.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist a night, all below his career averages. He's shooting 40% from the field, below his career average, 13% from 3, obviously below his career average, and 50% from the line, well below his career average. So yeah, this is arguably the worst year so far in Andrew Wiggins' career. When he's 28 years old, he's supposed to be in his prime. He's almost 29, and Wiggins has definitely been a polarizing player throughout his career because he was hyped up to be one of the best prospects of the 2010s when he came out of Kansas in 2014, and he really broke out in Minnesota in 2017, then kind of fell back to reality the couple years after that. Looked great for Golden State when he got traded there, and it's maybe looking like those first 2 years in Golden State could be outliers in his career. And I do think that Wiggins will still get back to what he's done in years past, at least in 2023, because he did miss a lot of time last year, so he may be just getting in a ramp-up process this year. But I do wonder how much better he's going to get, and I think we all have maybe given up on Andrew Wiggins being a top guy on a team. So for the past couple of years, Tower Hero, Jordan Poole, and RJ Barrett have always been lumped with each other, and like everybody argues who is better because they're all pretty much shooting guards from the 2019 draft class. And Hero and RJ Barrett were off to great starts this season, both dealing with injuries at the moment, but Jordan Poole has definitely seen his stock take a massive hit since getting traded to Washington. So to start off his Washington Wizards career, he's played in 11 games. He's averaging 16 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, shooting 40% from the field, 30% from 3, and 78% from the line. The Washington Wizards are currently the worst team in the NBA at the moment I'm recording this video, and Jordan Poole was supposed to be a top guy on this team, but it's looking like Kyle Kuzma is by far and away the better player. People were taking crazy odds that Jordan Poole could be the leading NBA scorer this year. He could score north of 25 points per game, but the efficiency isn't there. The defense is not great at all. We've seen him as a high volume shooter now, and it's just not working out in Washington. I think people had him as like a borderline top 75 guy in the league still, and we're very excited to see what he would do outside of Golden State, but it's looking like so far in Washington, he was a product of that Golden State system. In 2022 looks like a real outlier in his career in terms of volume shooting and efficiency. This pains me to say, but we got to talk about Patrick Williams on the Chicago Bulls. Patrick Williams was the 4th overall pick in the 2020 draft. He really wasn't supposed to go that high originally, but he gained some close to the draft late hype that skyrocketed him up some big boards. He went 4th overall ahead of guys like Devin Vassell, Tyrese Halliburton, Isaac Okoro, Nneka Okongwu, Denny Avdija, and Patrick Williams in year 4, when we all thought he could finally break out, is having the worst year of his career. He's been bumped out of the starting lineup in Chicago. He's averaging 6 points per game. His career average was 9. He's averaging 3.5 rebounds per game, below his career average of 4.2, and his efficiency has been the worst thing to look at. He's shooting 32% from the field, 14% below his career average, 27% from 3, 13% below his career average. It's so brutal to watch him on the offensive side of the ball. He's still fine defensively. I think he's actually still been pretty solid this year on that side of the floor. And I do think the Chicago Bulls have really fumbled his development. We thought he could have really been a building block of this Bulls future, and they've really neglected him after they brought in guys like DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic, and they kept bumping down Patrick Williams in the offensive pecking order. And it really is a shame because he had so much hype coming out as a two-way player out of Florida State, and I think he needs a change of scenery ASAP. And it's kind of funny too because the Bulls might blow it up at the deadline, and now would be the time to give Patrick Williams a shot as a top 3 scoring option, but it looks like they may just trade him as well, or just not even extend him in the offseason because he's going to be a restricted free agent. All right, so it pains me to talk about him because it infuriates me so much, but we got to talk about Julius Randle on the New York Knicks. 2 out of the last 3 years, Julius Randle has been an all-NBA forward. He won the Most Improved award in 2021, and he's also been a 2-time All-Star as well, all in his time with the New York Knicks. But it's weird, every even year, he seems to just crap the bed. So far, Julius Randle this year is averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's shooting 35% from the field, 28% from 3, and 71% from the line. He's one of the worst scorers and players in the NBA overall with field goal efficiency. And he's also one of the worst players in the NBA at shooting it at the rim. This man is shooting 41% in shots 0 to 3 feet from the rim. You know how hard it is to do that for somebody that's 6'8"? And it just seems like times Randle is not buying in on the defensive side of the floor. Now, he has been playing somewhat better as of late. Over his last 5 games, he's shooting 44% from the field, 35% from 3, and averaging 25, 10, and 5, which is great. But I think what we know of Randle so far is pretty accurate. He's going to be an inconsistent player at times. He's going to win you some games. He's going to lose you some games. He hasn't proved that he could show up in the playoffs. And I think people can argue going into the year that maybe he was a top 40 guy in the league or a top 50 guy for sure, but it's looking like it's going to be hard to do so if he's just going to stay this inconsistent. All right, I want to talk about a role player here who I was excited about this season to take a next step in Dallas. And I really haven't mentioned him in any of my videos as of late, and I wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about Josh Green. So Josh Green was great last year for Dallas, kind of breaking out in year 3. He was super efficient. He shot 53% from the field and 40% from 3. He was a solid defender. He could score inside. Obviously, he could shoot well. He was good at getting rebounds for somebody of his size as well. But this year, he is taking a massive step back. He's averaging 6.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 2 assists a night, shooting 40% from the field, which is 10% below his career average, 34% from 3, below his career average as well, and 50% from the line, almost 20% below his career average. Josh Green just turned 23 as well, and the Dallas Mavericks extended him last offseason in hopes that he would just continue riding that momentum from his 2023 season, but his stock has definitely taken a hit, and guys like Derrick Jones Jr., Grant Williams that are new to this Dallas Mavericks squad have definitely surpassed him in the pecking order. You could even say that Jaden Hardy has also seen his stock take a little bit of a hit as well, and it's a shame because Josh Green and Jaden Hardy were these 2 nice, exciting young wings for Dallas, and it may never get any easier for them. They're playing with Luka Doncic, one of the best facilitators and just overall playmakers in the NBA, and yeah, Josh Green has definitely taken a stock hit this year. And lastly, we're going to talk about DeAndre Ayton on the Portland Trailblazers. Man, DeAndre Ayton was the #1 overall pick in one of the most loaded draft classes of all time. This is his first year outside of Phoenix after he got traded to Portland this past offseason, but it's just been a shame how disappointing he has been so far for the Trailblazers. The defense has not been there at all. He has not improved as a rim protector. He's averaging just 12 points and 11 rebounds a night. Solid in the rebounding department, but 12 points per game is a little upsetting because we thought he could finally average maybe north of 20 points per game and closer to what he did last year or in his sophomore year with the Suns when he averaged around 18 a night, because he may never get this volume and an opportunity to be a top 3 scoring option like this. And he's by far and away the best big man, and with Robert Williams out for the year, you would have liked to see DeAndre Ayton capitalize a little bit on this opportunity that he has. So yeah, it is a shame that DeAndre Ayton hasn't taken a step in his age 25 season. I do wonder where he's going to go from here. Is he even going to get another large contract? Can he turn it around? I hope so. Maybe when Scoot Henderson fully develops as this great playmaker for the Blazers, he can really get his feet going with the Trailblazers squad, but it just might not be till the second half of this season, which is fine because the Blazers aren't trying to win. So yeah, that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. This is definitely tough to do because it's really hard to admit when a player has taken a stock hit. There's also a bunch of other guys I could have mentioned. Could have talked about Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Walker Kessler, Chris Paul, Zeke Naji, Pascal Siakam. So let me know who you would have mentioned in the comments below. And do you think that any one of these players can turn it around throughout the year? Hope you guys did enjoy though. Drop a like if you did. I love you guys and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.